Shoppers in the market for a new Android smartphone may want to buy a new device right now or in the near future. That being said, others might want to wait for the rumored Samsung Galaxy S24. The S23 series is extremely new, but that hasn't stopped the Galaxy S24 rumor mill from churning. We've already heard a few things about the S23 successors, and they may give those of you in the hunt for a new phone a reason to pause. The S23 offers a massive performance and power efficiency jump over its predecessors thanks to the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy processor. And the S24 series is expected to feature a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor as well, and we can continue to see similar improvements next year. The information about the Galaxy S24's possible processor has leaked months before the announcement. Kubo Wojciechowski shared details about the core layout of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which packs unannounced ARM cores and an extra core cluster too. If his name sounds familiar, he has leaked other information in the past pertaining to the Pixel tablet and the Pixel Fold. According to Wojciechowski, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 has part code SEM 8650 and is codenamed either Lanai or Pineapple. Lanai especially makes sense as Snapdragon chipsets have often shared a codename with either Hawaiian Islands or events. It appears that the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 will have the following CPU configuration: 2 ARM cores codenamed Haze, silver cores, 3 ARM cores codenamed Hunter, gold cores, 2 ARM cores codenamed Hunter titanium cores, and 1 X-ARM core codenamed Hunter ELP, gold plus core. There are a couple of details to unpack here, with the first being that Qualcomm hasn't used its Creo Silver and Creo Gold marketing terms in a long time. Wojciechowski says that these names match what was in the code, which I would say is probably left over as a remnant from that era. It's unlikely that Qualcomm would go back to that marketing, as currently it uses efficiency, performance, and prime as its classifiers for its typical 3 clusters. These are likely just codenames that are now used internally for classification and separation purposes. What is interesting is that the titanium cluster is all new and seems to be distinct in software. The chipset also apparently drops 32-bit support entirely, making it the first Qualcomm chipset to do so. On top of that, there's an upgraded GPU in the form of an Adreno 750 GPU, and it's currently clocked at 770 MHz. That's subject to change before release though. The chipset will not support 32-bit Android apps or games as it lacks any CPU core that can run 32-bit Android code, which means all developers would have to update their apps to a 64-bit architecture. Finally, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 will apparently run Linux kernel 6.1 with Android 14, which is in line with what we expected. It's likely that these details are correct, given Wojciechowski's track record and the fact that he says he has seen these referenced in code too. However, as always, things like this can be subject to change. We're a long way away from the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 still, but it's exciting to get a glimpse at what the future of Android flagships may hold. Samsung is expected to use a slightly modified version of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and the Galaxy S24 lineup too. So what are your thoughts on these new ultimate figures for the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 3? Share your thoughts below in the comment section, and for more Galaxy news you can check out our channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you for the next time. Peace out.